this is Funny. You are watching Funny HS Info. Today I am going to talk about MSIHC rules. Some of the companies which are purely chemical manufacturers, in some of the companies which are non-chemical industries, but they may store or import hazardous chemicals for limited usage. That's why this MSIHC rule come and exist in 1989. It gives some guidelines regarding how to store, how to manufacture and how to import hazardous chemicals. Let us have a look about this MSIHC rules. The word MSIHC, where M stands for manufacture, S stands for storage, I stands for import, H stands for hazardous and C stands for chemicals, which means manufacture, storage and import of hazardous chemicals rules. The Government of India promulgated MSIHC rules under Environment Protection Act 1986. The Central Pollution Control Board or the state control boards or pollution control committees have been identified as the authority for enforcement of directions and procedures in respect of isolated storage of hazardous chemicals and import of hazardous chemicals and enforcement of directions and procedures on import of hazardous chemicals. What are the objectives of MSIHC rules 1989? When you are going to manufacture, store or import hazardous chemicals, then this MSIHC rules 1989 is applicable. The objectives of these rules are prevent chemical accidents from industrial activities, mitigate impacts of chemical accidents, and 684 hazardous chemicals are covered in this rule based on toxicity, flammability and explosives. The key features of MSIHC rules are mandatory prior notification of sites and approval of Chief Inspector of Factories for industrial activity, prior notice of impact to Chief Controller Imports and Exports, now DGFT, Major Accident Hazard Unit handling 179 chemicals in quantities above prescribed threshold amounts, preparation of on-site plans by the occupier and off-site emergency plans by the district authorities, preparation of safety data sheets by manufacturers, disclosure of necessary information to the public in the neighborhood by occupier to arrange third-party safety audits and notify major chemical accident to prescribed authorities. Next one, the structure and arrangement of this MSIHC rules. This MSIHC rules categorized into 20 sections and 12 schedules. The sections are short title and commencement, second one definition, third one duties of authorities, fourth one general responsibility of occupier during industrial activity, fifth one notification of major accident, sixth one industrial activity to which rules 7 to 15 apply, seventh one notification of sites, eighth one updating of site notification following changes in the threshold quantity, ninth one transitional provisions, 10th one safety reports, 11th one updating of reports under rule 10, 12th one requirements of further information to be sent to the authority, 13th one preparation of on-site emergency plan by occupier, 14th one preparation of off-site emergency plan by authority, 15th one information to be given to the persons liable to be affected by the major accident, disclosure of information, collection, development and dissemination of information, 18th one import of hazardous chemicals, 19th one improvement notices and 20th one Power of central governments to modify the schedule. Let me brief these 20 rules. Rule number 1, short title and commencement. These rules may be called Manufacture, Storage and Import of Hazardous Chemicals Rules 1989. They shall come into force on the date of their publication in the Official Gazette. Rule 2, Definitions. Under these definitions, there are various definitions. I will discuss some of them. Act. We know that all these acts are come under Environment Act 1986. Authority. They mentioned in column 2 of Schedule 5. The authority may be central government, state government or local authorities. Export, which means material taking out of India to place outside India. The person who involved in the export activity is called exporter. Then hazardous chemical, any chemical which laid down in part 1 of Schedule 1 and as listed in column 2 of part 2 of the schedule. Rule 3, focusing on duties of authorities. The concerned authority shall inspect the industrial activity at least once in a calendar year. Rule 4, general responsibility of occupier during industrial activity. Occupier means the person who having ultimate control on factory. The responsibility of occupier. The responsibilities of occupier is to identify the major accident hazards and take adequate steps to prevent such major accidents and to limit their consequences to persons and the environment. Provide to persons working on the site with the information, training and equipment including antidotes necessary to ensure their safety. Rule number 5, focusing on notification of major accident. Occupier should notify about the major chemical accidents to concerned authority and concerned authority shall undertake full analysis of accident report and send to MOEF and CC as prescribed. Rule number 6, focusing on industrial activity, to which Rule 7 to 15 apply. Defined industrial activity, isolated storage, new industrial activity, existing industrial activities are mentioned in rule for application of Rules 7 to 15. Seventh one, notification of sites. An occupier shall not undertake any industrial activity unless he has submitted a written report to concerned authority containing the particulars specified in Schedule 7 and at least 3 months before commencing that activity. Rule number 8, focusing on the updating of the site notification following changes in the threshold quantity. If you are going to change isolated storage quantity or manufacturing change quantity or some quantity which related to pipeline and all these activities are related to hazardous chemicals, any change in details submitted by occupier as per Schedule 7 required to be updated by the way of submission of an updated report to concerned authority. Ninth one, transitional provisions. Modus of applicability, various rule provisions in respect of unit operations prior to these rules as well as new industrial activity or isolated storage. 10th one, safety reports. Occupier to conduct a safety audit for new existing industrial activity and prepare a safety report as per Schedule 8 and submit to concerned authority. 11th one, updating of reports under Rule 10. Occupier required to make a prior reporting to the proposed modifications in an industrial activity as prescribed at least 90 days before making those modifications. 12th one, requirement for further information to be sent to the authority. Concerned authority may ask from occupier for additional information in the industrial activity. 13th one, preparation of on-site emergency plan by the occupier. Occupier prepare and keep up-to-date on-site emergency plan as specified in Schedule 11. The occupier required to ensure that mock drill of on-site emergency plan is conducted every 6 months and report submit to concerned authority as per Schedule 5. Preparation of off-site emergency plan by the authority. District collector or district authority should prepare and keep up-to-date off-site emergency plan as per format specified in Schedule 12. 15th one, information to be given to the person liable to be affected by the major accident. Occupier should inform public of adjoining areas about major accident hazards and the safety measures and the do's and don'ts which should be adopted in the event of major accident as prescribed. 16th one, disclosures of information. Provision on disclosures of information by concerned authority. 17th one, collection, development and dissemination of information. The occupier should prepare and develop a safety data sheet as specified in Schedule 9 in respect of hazardous chemical handled by him and ensure that the information is recorded accurately and reflects the specific evidence used in making the hazard determination. Container of the hazardous chemical should be clearly labeled as specified under rule. 18th one, import of hazardous chemicals. Any person responsible for importing hazardous chemicals in India should provide prior information specified under rule to the concerned authorities prescribed under the rules. Any person importing hazardous chemicals should maintain the records of hazardous chemicals imported as specified in the Schedule 10, and then records can be checked by the concerned authority. 19th one, improvement notices. Concerned authority may serve the improvement notice to the occupier in case of violation rules. And 20th one, power of central government to modify the schedule. The central government may at any time by notification in the official gazette make suitable changes in the schedules. And the schedules are: Schedule 1, indicative criteria and list of chemicals. Schedule 2, isolated storage at installation other than those covered by schedule. Schedule 3, list of hazardous chemicals for application of Rules 5 and 7 to 15. Schedule 4, unit operations for hazardous materials handling. Schedule 5, names of authorities and duties and corresponding rules. Schedule 6, information to be furnished regarding the notification of major accident. Schedule 7, information to be furnished for the notification of sites. Schedule 8, information to be furnished in a safety report. Schedule 9, safety data sheets. Schedule 10, format for maintaining records of hazardous chemicals imported. Schedule 11, details to be furnished in the on-site emergency plan. And Schedule 12, details to be furnished in the off-site emergency plan. This is about MS IHC rules. Hope you understand, and thanks for watching.